Habibi, welcome to Saudi Pro League Central. And yes, we are here for the Saudi Pro League Transfer News Daily. This is the kind of show that we're going to be bringing you every single day until we start getting Saudi Pro League football games back again. As you know, we have been bringing you the Saudi Pro League games and the Saudi Pro League watch-alongs on a weekly basis. Now that we don't have games, there is even more drama and more enthralling news regarding the Saudi Pro League. So today we are, as you can see on the thumbnail, going to be having a look to see Luis Diaz. Is he going to be a Al Nassr player, or is he going to go elsewhere in Europe, or will he actually stay in Liverpool? That is also a huge possibility that you cannot get away from. But yeah, thank you for joining, everybody, and really pleased to have you guys with us today. And this is going to be a regular occurrence. So to all the Saudi Pro League fans that usually join us for the live watch-alongs, we are looking forward to having you guys on and having you guys join us for these transfer news, rumors and potential transfers. So Luis Diaz is a player that is heavily linked with the Saudi Pro League. He is somebody that is weird enough, a player that you think, why would he want to leave Liverpool? Liverpool are a huge club. They've just won the Premier League. But to have somebody like Luis Diaz joining a Saudi Pro League team, now there are the rumours that he is going to be looking at potentially Al Nassr, and there are even rumours regarding Al Hilal, but there are more stronger rumours regarding Al Nassr. So I think for the Saudi Pro League fans, I'd love to know with Luis Diaz, would you rather Luis Diaz join your club? And if he were to join your club, which club would you like him to join? Now, I don't think Luis Diaz would join a Saudi Pro League club for any less than 50 million euros. I mean, just looking at his contracts with Liverpool here. So if we look at it, doesn't finish till 2027. So that essentially means he's got 2 years left on this deal. 2 years left on the deal is a perfect scenario for Liverpool because they have a little bit more of a bargain as to how much they want to let him go for. Now, at the very same time, some crazy things are happening with players who only have a year left on their deals, such as Harry Kane, and even now with players like Heung-min Son, who we'll get into, and so many other players who have just a year left on their deals. They are in very strong positions, yet still to be able to demand the kind of wages they want. Now, Luis Diaz, it seems as though a lot of the South American players, they come to Europe, they do an absolute madness. They do crazy bits in terms of football, in terms of flair, in terms of entertainment. But then after that, we seem to lose, the quality South American players to different leagues outside of the UK. Now, this is now officially, obviously, good news for the Saudi Pro League teams and the Saudi Pro League in general, because having players of the caliber and the quality of Luis Diaz will only spur on the Saudi Pro League, its entertainment, excitement, the draw, and hopefully the crowds to follow as well. So yeah, I'm really, really excited to see if Luis Diaz to Al Nassr materializes. Alongside of that, um, as we have uh, titled this show Saudi Pro League Transfer News Daily, um, we have a list of players. First of all, um, before we even get into the rumors, um, yeah, before we even get to the rumors, let's start with um, breaking transfer news that has already happened. Now former Inter boss Inzaghi, Simeone Inzaghi, was revealed officially as the new coach of Saudi Arabia's Al Hilal, the Saudi Pro League's Al Hilal, on Thursday, just gone, days before taking part in the new look Club World Cup. The Italian who led Inter to a Champions League final, which is crazy because it shows that whether he was going to be victorious in the Saudi Pro League, in the Champions League final or not, he already had huge links to the Saudi Pro League, and he probably already had his contract signed. For it to go that quickly is crazy. So yeah, I mean, Inzaghi becomes um, the first official major signing for Saudi Pro League, coaching as he um, as he uh, replaces Jorge Jesus, um, who didn't have an absolute disastrous Saudi Pro League campaign by any means. I understand that Al Hilal were hoping to become Asian Club World Cup, Asian Champions League winners. They were hoping to become back-to-back Saudi Pro League champions. But I personally don't think they had an absolute disastrous, campaign. You don't become the champion every single season. And also compared to Al Nassr, who haven't even made it to the Champions League, they made it to the sort of second tier Champions League for the Asian Champions League. So, yeah, I mean, Al Nassr are a team who, just like we're discussing today, are looking to reinforce their team. They are looking to get Luis Diaz on board. Luis Diaz, who has huge amounts of suitors. Those that are also from Barcelona to potential talks of Bayern Munich, plethora of Premier League clubs. But it seems the Saudi Pro League is absolutely determined to try and get ahead of the pack and to try and make the Saudi Pro League even more exciting and even more interesting. Now, what is interesting from my side is I want to know, do Liverpool fans feel as if they're losing out on a quality player, or do they not mind because they're making signings left, right, and centre, and they're already Premier League champions, and they're already looking to attract some fantastic players, huge players? That is a very good question that I'd love to know. In terms of Inzaghi, he is going to be the new Al Hilal manager, and he's going to be replacing Jorge Jesus. He is going to be there for at least 2 years, it says, in terms of his campaign with Al Hilal. And my word, the numbers are staggering. A 2-year deal worth up to 50 million euros for those 2 years. Absolutely incredible numbers involved with the Saudi Pro League, and that's why we're here. That's why we've become the first independent fan channel covering the Saudi Pro League, because year in, year out, the Saudi Pro League just keeps on getting stronger, keeps on getting better, keeps on getting more exciting. So hence why we thought it makes absolute perfect sense to start covering the Saudi Pro League. So yeah, guys, do me a favor, please. We are officially your first independent fan channel covering the Saudi Pro League. We do live weekly transfer news, breaking news, and live watch-alongs. Usually we do live watch-alongs. Obviously now we're in a time period where it's the pre-season, and as much as we would love to continue to bring you, obviously, the live watch-alongs, at the moment we are doing everything Saudi Pro League specific. And today we are bringing you the first bit of transfer news, which is Luis Diaz, Liverpool's Luis Diaz, heavily linked with Saudi Pro League side Al Nassr. Outside of that, we've mentioned Inzaghi becoming the new Al Hilal manager. And then also we have a plethora of links to the Saudi Pro League. Victor Osimhen, very, very heavily linked to the Saudi Pro League as well. Yeah, so very heavily linked with Al Nassr, sorry, Al Hilal. Mohamed Kudus linked with the Saudi Pro League. Bruno Fernandes still linked with the Saudi Pro League. Kingsley Coleman very, very heavily linked with the Saudi Pro League. Garnacho, and also Heung-min Son is now also very, very heavily linked with the Saudi Pro League. I mean, Heung-min Son, if I have a look at Heung-min Son contract at Spurs, so his contract runs out next year. He is on his last year at Spurs. So the very same way that Luis Diaz is linked with Al Nassr, Heung-min Singh or Heung-min Son, sorry, Heung-min Singh, if I can get the words out, Heung-min Son, or Son, I'll just leave it as. He has a fantastic chance actually now of Spurs. Yeah, I mean, Ange has been sacked. He's officially won a title for Spurs. He's on his last year. Spurs could potentially look to cash in. And I think in terms of where where you see him, there's a lot of people that are wanting him also, just like Luis Diaz, to join Ronaldo at Al Nassr. Now, there are rumors that Ronaldo will be leaving Al Nassr, or there are also rumors that he will stay with it. So we don't completely know yet. But if Spurs want to be able to free up some transfer funds to be able to allocate towards transfers, Heung-min Singh or Son is somebody that is very, very, very heavily linked with the Saudi Pro League. Saudi Pro League teams or clubs or fans, who do you want to see join your club? Which player are you most excited about? Which player are you absolutely desperate to see join your club? and which player are you thinking, actually, I'd rather not? Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your feelings. But yeah, as of today, Luis Diaz heavily linked with the Saudi Pro League. Victor Osimhen, is he going? Is he not? Has he completely rejected Al Hilal? There's a conversation to be had there. Mohamed Kudus. Also, is he going to be joining the Saudi Pro League? Bruno Fernandes says he's not. Kingsley Coleman, very heavily linked. Garnacho, heavily linked. Hyun Singh, heavily linked. A lot going on. It's the Saudi Pro League. It's drama every day. So the live watch-alongs are no longer, there for us. But there are plenty of players still linked with the Saudi Pro League. So I've been your man, the gentleman. This is the Saudi PL Central, where your first independent fan channel covering the Saudi Pro League. Please do me a favor, if you come across this transfer news daily covering the Saudi Pro League, make sure you subscribe. We're currently on 60 subs, on the road to 100 subs. So please make sure that you subscribe. Until tomorrow, see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.